Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and today's tarot card of the day out of the Wildwood Tarot deck is the Court card, the Page of Bows, and the Stoat. And we just had the King and the Queen of Bows up here, and now we've got the Queen and the Page, within 3 days. And thinking about this card today, as I was out and about, this is a message of creativity. And you had the Judgment card yesterday, and the Queen of Bows, the day before that. And even though there's a lot of fire energy, this is an opportunity for a new beginning. Okay, maybe it's from that mindset that you had earlier with the Wheel card, and making that decision and saying, you know what, this is what's going to happen. All right, and this is how I'm going to move forward. All right. Now, the pages for me, when I talk about them, they're messengers, okay, and they're also, for this is fire and creativity, but it could also be passion. This could be a new opportunity coming to you through a message, where you could, take your passion and take it to another level, right? And maybe that has something to do with the Joy card that's still down there, as well as the Five of Vessels, the Ecstasy card. Okay, so the Stoat is it symbolically, it's an ancestral link to the land. Okay, but it likes to change its colors. Okay, during the seasons. For the different seasons, and as we're coming out of winter and going into spring, we're fully into spring now. I feel. That there could be a passion coming out saying, you know what, I'm going to start some gardening stuff, right? Or, I'm going to go out there and work on my health. And, I'm going to go for a walk after work every night. And, maybe, end up wanting to do a 5K later on. Okay. So, as the seasons change, so should your passions. All right. And with the Judgment card yesterday, this is all about new beginnings as well. All right. With walking up into that grave site and just saying, you know what, I'm willing to let things go and move forward. And the Queen of Bows is saying, you know what, we've got you. We'll nurture you through this. Okay, we'll help you and guide you, through the mentorship of what's going on, with all the cards. So, the Stoat is an emissary who is widely respected, amongst all the other pages. He's got a unique personality with a freedom of spirit and the ability to look at the truth, is what I want to say. All right. So as he's coming in out of the woods, as you're walking about, you're going to be talking to him, and he's going to be able to pick that truth up through you. Okay, he's going to be looking at the spirit that you have, all right, and decide whether or not hey, this is somebody that I want to walk with, or this is somebody I don't want to walk with. Now, if this is a person that's within your life, or it's you, it's somebody who's going to be very charming, okay, very adventurous, okay, somebody who is is going to help support that change, a friend who is is going to be a go-between, all right. So just like the Queen of Bows, they're going to be there, to help you along, okay, in that attitude of, you know what, we're going to give you a hand. We're going to help you with that project. We're going to help you with that gardening. We're going to be talking to you, while you're out on that walk. If this is an aspect of, situations, it's engaging with life. And through engaging with life, you're getting more involved, okay? You're out there getting your hands dirty in the garden. You're out there walking the dog, right? And, you're saying to yourself, I'm not going to drink any more soda, or, I'm not going to eat those chips, things on that nature. So that's something where you can go ahead and, engage with life to make things different, okay? It's also about climbing the corporate ladder, right? And moving on up, whether that's within your relationship, whether that's with that work, okay? It's taking that opportunity to look for different opportunities where you've got a passion about, okay? And if this is an event that's going to be unexplained news that shows up, something that's going to, be out of the blue, and it's going to be an opportunity to shine. Hey, this project just dropped in our laps. Do you think you could take this on? Absolutely. Because what does that do? It gives you an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to succeed, and an opportunity to shine. The two questions that I like with this page of bows is, who or what is offering you an opportunity? So here you're walking down, your path. You're on your spiritual path, and maybe you're not walking as fast as you should be. And the stoat comes out, and he's up on a branch, and he's talking to you, and hey, I'm going to join you here for the next 6-7 days, and I just want to ask you, where is the opportunity that's coming, and who's offering it? And you might have to think about it and just, okay, is it, what's he talking about? Is he talking about a relationship? Is he talking about family situation? Is he talking about, oh, you know what? Maybe he's talking about that gardening project. Hey, you know what? I've got this gardening project going on, and, I got to get out there. And he's like, that's perfect. We can help with that. The Queen of Bows, she's good about nurturing things, good about planting, seeds. And you know what? Here's the message. Get out there and get engaged, right? The other question that the stoat talks about is, how would things change if you did engage with this, right? So you're sitting on your couch and you're looking at that. Yeah, I want to start a garden, and you're thinking about your spiritual journey. And he comes out and he says, what would happen if you went out there tomorrow and started planting seeds? And you're like, well, that means I got to come home from work, and I got to get outside, and I'm tired. And he's looking at you going, but see, that's where your passion is. Your passion is to go ahead and get this garden going, but you may not want to do it. Those seeds ain't going to plant themselves. They're not going to bloom. Just like if you don't put any action into your spiritual journey, you're not going to succeed. You have to have some action. You have to have some skin in the game to move forward. And this is what that page is telling you. Put some serious skin in the game, right? And the Queen of Bows is saying, you know what? You don't have to do this alone. How can you influence your family members to come out and give you a hand, right? What do you need to be more understanding of, hey, I want to plant corn. Maybe corn's not the right place, the right thing to plant right next to the house. It should be off in a garden off in a distance. But if you want to plant tulips next to the house, you have to have some understanding of, where the tulips are going to go, how deep you got to, have them down, when they're going to come up, when they're going to go down, things of that nature. You have to have that understanding. So those are the two questions that Queen of Bows is asking. But the page is pretty much, he's that messenger. He wants to know, who's offering you the opportunity and what would happen if you engaged with that opportunity. And that's the message for today out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. The page of Bows, the Stoat. If you like that, if you like what you're hearing, hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, share it with others, and give me a thumbs up. And this is D for the Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.